I'm recording. I'm on the computer. I can't do nothing for them. Nothing. I'm sorry. Bye. Whoa, I forgot to take down the graphic. What the fuck is up, everybody? It's the Dirt Sheet Radio AEW World's End post show. I'm going to get right to it. Let me bring up my people.
Yo.
Introduce yourself, my friends.
Carolina's favorite fat boy, DJ Dean of Ocean, 101.9 Kiss FM, host 3NT Wrestling Podcast. John, I'm feeling good tonight, bro.
I'm feeling good. I'm having fun. Let's keep it going.
We're holding hands already. Holding hands as we start the show. Hey, guys, I am Matt, a.k.a. that corny reviewer, here once again talking about what we just saw. But I am excited to do this with you, John, and you, Danny, and our other guy when he gets here. Everyone join hands again, yes?
What's up, everybody? It's Frank Kerner here, Enforcers BJJ, Enforcers Pro Wrestling. Glad to be here. Got a show for you guys today.
Oh yeah,
man! Oh, yeah. What a show! I mean that in a weird way. Like, what a weird show.
I see you in the chat, bro.
Dude, yeah, those vibes are crazy.
The first half was rough. I feel like after the TNT title match, it started picking up.
And then it got weird again.
It did get weird again. First, for y'all, we'll talk about that.
We'll get there.
Let's talk about the end of the show, man, real fast. Boom.
I was so happy to see that. What? Gotta give it to him.
Yo! In dramatic fashion, might I add. I know. It was so out of nowhere. I know it fell flat for some people. It reminded me. It reminded me in some ways of the way the Undertaker streak ended, where it kind of happened like matter of factly. Like there was no pomp or circumstance. It was just boom. You're done.
It was more of how the refs sold it. It's like you got like, oh, three, like, oh,
three.
Like, you let go. Oh shit.
Yeah,
it's over. Go.
yeah. That awkward pause killed it.
It was time. It was probably time. I know. If I know there might have been some other plans for MJF at the end of his title reign, but I think that besides his injury, some things got a little stale, and Adam Cole's injury kind of made things a little rough. So shifting direction was the way to go, especially if the future Dynamite is going to be the way Tony Khan says it's going to be. having Samoa
and
Joe.
And Joe's hot right now. So
Joe's hot. I mean, when is he like anytime Joe is being pushed and not in like a weird ninja costume, Samoa Joe is hot.
No, like
you know what I'm saying?
I know, like from being on with CM Punk to now, like
oh man, from the Wembley show, like when him and Punk's match was done at the Wembley show, you kind of got that feeling that Joe needs to be more than what he is right now. And I think maybe Tony Khan, Tony Khan realized that too. And he was just, instead of like subtly doing it, he was like, drop that belt. Now you're one of us.
Don't give it to Keith Lee. He's still hurt.
I'll say Joe easily should be champion whatever company he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel 100%. Like he should have been in the title contention in WWE, no question about it. They completely
I think he was injured a bit near the end. I think that was the issue.
Oh man, but there was one that build up to that Brock match. It felt like it could have happened.
That
was the moment. That was the moment.
But after that was just like, damn it.
This was a little cathartic because I needed that. I needed that, man. I just needed to see Joe's world champion one more time.
Yeah, but exactly.
And on a big stage,
20 years or whatever, he deserves it.
It was it was cool, man. I think actually, I know it might have felt flat for some people, but I think that kind of win for the world championship really matches who Samoa Joe is and always has been.
Yeah,
there's no bullshit. You know, I'm gonna choke you out. And that's it. And he did.
Yeah.
Didn't need to use a muscle buster. Just straight up put him to sleep.
Kudos to the company. Oh, go ahead, Danny.
No, go ahead. I was about to lead to a whole different direction.
Okay, I was gonna say kudos to them for keeping this stuff until after the match. I was really worried that the devil stuff was gonna be all up in that main event, but MJF had kind of said something to the effect that it was gonna be a straight up match. I didn't believe him.
What I thought they were going to do is that Cole was going to throw in the towel for MJF to make the cause of tension, and then the devil stuff was going to come out.
I feel that. I think there was. We might as well talk about the devil. Adam Cole is the devil. There's that is what it is. I think that I said it on the Dynamite recap. There's only two ways you can go, right? You were either going to do what you were always going to do, or you're going to do some Vince Russo out of left field. Let's just find somebody hot and put them under the mask and see what happens. The problem with that is that then there's no follow-up, right?
Yeah.
So,
and they didn't really have anyone because you don't want to give the Swerve because he's hot without it. Jack will be like Ali being lead in Retribution. And
my thing is, I'm pretty sure when they first started the devil angle, everybody fitting like out the gate was like, it's Adam Cole.
Yeah,
like, it was too predictable. Like we all saw it coming. That was my thing about it. Honestly, I was praying. I knew it was going to reveal tonight. I was hoping it was going to be Dolph Ziggler. That's just me.
Oh God, no! I actually
really
said
it would be Dolph Ziggler.
I would have hated. Oh my God! I would have died. I would have punched my TV.
I will say, I am glad they did it really quick. Like just rip the Band-Aid off. Like we're gonna play it safe. Happen really fast. No drawing it out for like 20 minutes. He's the devil. Just lights off, lights on. He's sitting there. There you go.
When the lights went out, I already knew. I mean,
well, my thing is
they kind of had to do it like that. It's just like it was just the safest way.
I think the visual was cool. They also, for all the predictability that there was, they really did a good job of getting people to believe it could have been anybody else. For the last 3 weeks, everybody and their mother was a suspect. It was Nick
Wayne's mom.
It was CM Punk. It was Nick Wayne's mom. It was Christian. It was the devil, the biblical one. Like it
was Kevin Dunn.
Ultimately, I agree with sticking with Adam Cole. I just think the biggest thing about that is the follow up. That's most important. Be the follow. Yeah, it's harder to follow up on something you didn't plan for. You know what I'm saying? Like
I just don't want this to be another Pinnacle where it was cool to reveal and then reveal.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
Well, I don't want that again.
It's gonna happen though. You know it. They dragged it too long.
No,
I wouldn't guarantee that. I would just say I'm watching to see what happens. I'm definitely giving it a chance.
I would give it a few months. See where.
What are we gonna say, Danny? I know you're gonna twist this off somewhere real fast.
No. I was just looking at the comments over here. Everybody's saying how they like Joe as champ and Joe's best for business. I just completely agree.
Jungle Boy.
No, that would be Ali leading Retribution. No,
I would have hated that. See, the Dolph Ziggler thing, the Jungle Boy thing, weird as hell too, because it don't like, what does it have to do with MJF? You know, like, what did he do to Dolph Ziggler?
But
you know what I'm saying?
he beat up my brother Ryan Nemeth in Collision.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what my mind went with that. When I thought it would be Dolph Ziggler, I thought would come in with the "it should have been me" thing. That could have been the whole thing to set it up. That's where my mind went with it.
Well, MJF is probably going to be off of television. I don't know that for a fact. There's no like report,
because
you know.
That's where I was about to lead to before. With Joe winning, that's another reason I kind of figured Joe was going to win, because this whole MJF contract situation,
the injury,
you know, January 1st,
and the injury,
you know, and him being injured and whatnot. But they could play this really well. You know, he said, because he came out himself and said, rumors are going around that I resigned, but I don't know where they got that from, teasing it. So he could have resigned. He could have not resigned. Who knows? But what I'm saying is, if they play it like he didn't resign and then pop up later to get his revenge on Adam Cole, maybe Adam Cole gets the belt from Joe later, and MJF comes back from injury out of nowhere, everybody think he's going to WWE or some shit, that would be dope.
100%. I agree with you that they should play up the fact that we just don't know. Like, I know there was the report that tried to deflate the whole thing, but it sounds crazy to say, but the injury was a little bit of a blessing in disguise for the creative of the company and for MJF himself, because he's going to have to take time off to heal. And now we just don't know. Is he healing? Is he waiting to show up at WrestleMania? Like, we just don't know. So this is probably the very best thing that could have happened for MJF for the world title scene. Putting Samoa Joe in the world title scene is a whole fuckload of fresh matches. I am really excited for things moving forward after the end of that main event match. But I guess I wonder if MJF is gonna be off TV, then what are they gonna do with the devil? Like, what is the devil gonna be doing?
This is true.
Just take over.
Wardlow's gonna be doing Wardlow stuff. Cole's gonna promo, and Roger's gonna scream at him.
There goes that lack of follow up. At that point,
are they gonna stop the comedy shit though with Rowdy and Taven?
I would love that, because I hated every second of that shit.
He didn't look like he was playing.
I meant like with promos after. Like, is he gonna still do that, or?
It kind of looked like they were not.
I hope that. I hope they drop that. Like, no, this is done.
I just hope we get a story time on Wednesday.
Oh, 100%. He got the chair. Yeah. He's got Adam Cole in the chair. Story time with Adam Cole, baby. Yeah. Look at these guys.
Yeah, I don't think they're guaranteed.
I don't think they're fucking around at all. Like, look at it. As a matter of fact, Roderick took MJF's head off with that knee, with that first knee. He was the first dude to attack him. Yeah. He was waiting for that moment for a while, for a long time.
So where did the other 10 people go that were in the ring? Did they just
They didn't have logo vests, so they were just hired henchmen. You get them at henchmen or else.
Scurry.
But yeah, how did y'all feel about how did you feel about the match? Prior to, I guess, the shenanigans in the end and everything.
Well, I'll say I was excited for this main event because MJF has been in his bag lately. I can't even knock that shit. He's been great lately, and Joe's just always been one of my favorites. And I knew we were going to be getting the reveal of the devil tonight, so I was really excited going into it. One of the smaller things I noticed about the match that I really liked about it is MJF selling the hell out of that arm injury, and Joe working the hell out of that arm injury. Like, small storytelling like that in a match, it makes it an uphill battle for MJF trying to do certain moves. Now it leads to stuff, it's dope. That's one of my favorite things about that match for sure, was the storytelling in it.
Talking about working the arm, the muscle buster on the apron,
the
arm.
That was nasty.
That was incredible. But yeah,
and a senton too.
I'm pretty much ready to move on from the MJF stuff myself. I talked about it before. The devil stuff was not my bag. I'm glad that it's over. I thought it was I thought it was the best case scenario. I thought the reveal was actually just the actual visual, like the lights coming on and then and all of them just sitting there revealed. Like we didn't have the 30 seconds of awkward unmasking each person one at a time, looking to the art cam. You know, buddy, Malachi Black got his own spooky stuff going on. You see, I wouldn't want it. I guess I roll it back to the earlier parts of the show. We opened up with that. We opened up with the pre-show. What was
we had the. Damn, I forgot. Hold on.
No, we had.
I got home a little late. I missed the pre-show.
Chris Statlander versus Willow. Chris Statlander and Willow and Willow Nightingale. They were working a pretty good match, and then I don't know what happened at the end.
Like what happened? Like we were cooking a little. I was just like
it's 5 minutes too long. Maybe they gassed. I don't know if it's they. I don't know if it's Willow.
13 minutes, but
Willow does that a lot. She gets really good and then gasses out, and then the last second she'll dig down deep, and then the last couple minutes were good though.
You used to have that
pause in the middle of the match.
Used to have that problem. Jeff Cobb, and he worked on it. And that is not a problem that he has anymore. So that's maybe, I don't know. I'm not an athlete. I'm not going to be like, Willow needs to work. Like, that's ridiculous. Why would I ever say something like that?
I'm sure she does work out. So I'm not going to.
But she almost killed Chris Statlander at one point. So, like, that was a little scary. The crowd, there was like 10 people in the building so far. They were loading in, and that crowd was like, whoa. But Willow, fuck my life. I forgot who won. Willow won because Chris Statlander redid the finish. So that's 2 losses in a row. That was a smart of Chris Statlander. She knew that it was fucked. Like if the ref had counted 3 on that garbage, that was screwed. So she kicked out, and you can see on everybody's face that they were like, "Oh, okay, we're doing this." They after that they had Hook versus Yuta. Pretty fast.
We had the Battle Royal before that.
Oh, the Battle Royal was first.
Yeah.
Serena Deeb comeback promo.
Yeah, that was. I like Serena.
That was pretty good. Yeah, she's
I love Serena Deeb.
I hope she's used properly this time. Like I want to see more in a good position on the card.
She has so much to offer.
I actually think she was. I think before she disappeared from TV, she had fallen into an excellent gatekeeper role. She was a heel who was working with all the young girls and who was guiding them, who was being a good ring general. I think people like Sky Blue, people like Julia Hart, they need Serena Deebs. So I'm really glad to see her back. I don't know if that means like I'm not like you need to strap her. I just want to see her on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like
working with a woman to help them out, help elevate them, help add some depth to the division. Because you can't just rely on Toni or
Battle Royale was Battle Royale itself. I don't know. I'm not always the biggest Battle Royale fan. A lot of them tend to be trash, but this was another one. It was just there.
As soon as Kill Switch won, you figured you knew something was going to happen in the TNT title match. So it was just like, I
thought that at least made it not pointless, and I appreciated that. It had
that was the phase. Like, but if anyone else won it, it probably would have felt pointless. But the fact that Kill Switch it led to something.
And led to an excellent moment. I thought.
Now I do feel like that Kill Switch win is kind of. I could see it coming a mile away, to be honest with you. Because
as soon as they put him in the match, he's the only guy.
It would make if it was going to make it the next challenge for the TNT title. Then it's like, okay, that means Christian. Well, we'll talk about it a little bit later.
He was the only guy in the match who had attachment, like to any story. I think everybody else in the match was off TV and hadn't been doing nothing for the last 6 months.
Missing, they're on milk cartons missing. Have you seen them?
And Kill Switch is out there like, oh shit, I'm the only one in an angle. Who could possibly win? It's me.
Even the boys were like, fuck that.
Yeah.
They had other boys. You saw that?
Oh, that's right. That's right. The boys are out there. I love the boys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Dalton just picked up some other boys from 24-hour fitness, like down the road.
And Lance Archer went back to Japan after he got eliminated.
That's right. He back into his cave or wherever they keep him.
He's like, all right.
They had Yuta versus Hook. After that, they did this thing where Yuta comes out and cuts this dreadful promo. It's not, he was trying, man. Why do they keep giving Yuta the stick? That's not fair to him. Like you can put him in these pre-recorded promos where you can be like, "Oh, that sucked. Let me do it again." Let's throw him out there to the wolves. That's Bryan Danielson's idea. He's sadistic.
He's like,
he's trying to throw him to the wolves.
Well, if Tony wants to keep pushing him, he's gonna have to learn.
Put him out there.
If not, it's like stop making it happen.
Terrible on the mic. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my
and then
God.
Hook interrupts him with the Long Island Railroad horn, but it goes over Yuta's head. Like, how can it go over Yuta's head? You should have told him so he can sell it or pick up the mic and be like, not the Long Island Railroad or something, because he was as confused as the people in the audience. He was like, what is this? What is this horn?
Is the train coming? Last night.
So yeah, that match was it was what it was. They had like 5-7 minutes. I didn't look it up.
It's like what can
like
you do?
Minutes.
What can you do with Hook though? Like
put him
he's not
in.
getting better now. He's
Put him in, yeah, I was gonna say put him in competitive matches with people that he can actually learn from. But
I know, but like, what are they? I want to know in the back. Like, what are they doing with him? Like, he has so much potential when he started.
Well, no, it was the potential of what could he do, and now it's been a year, and it's like we've seen what he could do.
Like
it's not enough. Like it's been like 3
yeah,
2 years, 3 years almost. 3 yeah. Fuck, he's been around for a long time, okay? Yeah. And it doesn't appear that he's developing any better than you know.
Remember, people said he would surpass Dominic, but look what happened.
He was more over for a while, but I don't know about, you know.
He was, flipped. Yeah. Send Hook at the beginning.
It's flipped.
They let Hook's moment die. Like, they really did.
When they paired him with Danhausen and Jack.
Yeah, he died in the ring tonight. Yeah. So,
what about the hockey stick?
The hockey stick died.
The hockey stick died. They had a lot of Long Island themed stuff. It was a fun little street fight. You know, it was an opening pre-show street fight. You know what I mean? Vladimir was in the crowd. Superfan man.
Yeah.
He was backstage too. They had
they gave him props too.
Yeah, Tony definitely knew who he was. You know, cool stuff. MJF's mom, as always, coolest sign. They never get them on TV. She puts all this effort into these signs, and they never go on TV. It's ridiculous. How can MJF not complain about that? I would be talking so much shit, pissed off. So we opened the show with the 8-man. Losers of the Continental Classic. Basically, it wasn't Blue League versus Gold League, but it was all the Blue and Gold League losers fighting off each other. Baby faces versus heels. Daniel Garcia comes out, doesn't get his dance off. Bryan Danielson interrupts him. He's not here for this games.
He gave him a fine.
They kept it. They kept their little story going, but I want to see this develop into something. They keep teasing that it's going to be a story and then not fucking following all the way through and doing it. So I'm like, I want to get this start. Like, I want to get back to this. Let's move him away from this dance or whatever we're doing.
Yeah, get him away from 2.0.
Dude.
I like that Matt Menard is like his father on the sidelines. I actually like this more than whatever.
He's so a coked up soccer Bob.
He's like, yeah, exactly. It was a really fun opening match that would make you think like, man, we're in for like a great show right now. This is gonna be excellent. And then it wasn't.
Before
a lot of high spots and everything. It's dope.
Before I go talking about
did you see when Brody friggin' smacked up?
I'll say this. I miss super like big elaborate pay-per-view sets. So I was super excited at this World's End set. It was dope.
It was a cool set. I was mad at the first half of the show because I was like, if this doesn't pick up, they wasted that whole set. Like, damn it.
The whole event was just kind of thrown together to me. for the most part. Like there was 2 matches that we could understand was coming, like Edge and Christian, or Copeland and Christian, and the main event. Obviously, everything else just kind of like thrown. It's like those, especially those tag matches.
Like
one
of them actually was thrown together because Kenny fucked up all their shit. So they like threw 18 things into one match, and we're like,
they could have changed that again after the Jericho stuff, which we'll get to later. But
probably could have, but we'll talk about that a little bit. The opener, I liked that it was that way because it's the same format as the New Japan tournament where they kind of on the day of the finals they use all the guys who lost, and they'll all face each other sometimes in an 8-man.
But they would develop a storyline after.
It becomes something
really
else.
Did particularly
they only set up the Daniel Garcia either Daniel Garcia Danielson and Daniel Garcia and whatever they were doing with the House of Black because they jumped him.
Brody will get payback.
I tell you, a moment in that match too, something I didn't realize I needed until tonight, is a Switchblade Dragon match.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like,
Ryan J. White.
They're in their future.
I think
absolutely.
We'll get that soon.
So so the baby faces win.
Claudio and Brody, those two.
Claudio and Brody. Mm-hmm. They had a great blue league match. I loved that actually. So the baby faces win. Daniel Garcia gets to dance off with Mark Briscoe. Brian takes Mark Briscoe to the side, like, "What are you doing with him? Like, you're encouraging this shit."
You're fine. You have a fine.
And then we move on to Miro versus Andrade. The crowd. One of them is free, and the other one feels like he's in a cage.
He's still held hostage.
Yo, quick question.
I want to go back home.
Go ahead. What's the question?
If he got a broken orbital bone, why does he wear a cloth eye patch?
I think he had the cloth eye patch for like that first appearance, and then he put on this weird sports eye patch.
You wear the plastic rail.
Yeah.
He's stubborn. That's all I can say.
You can't wrestle with that.
Like,
you can't wrestle with that.
The fuck I can't.
They actually worked a pretty good match. I thought they were bold for going out there and just wrestling like if life was normal and nobody knew that Andrade was leaving tonight or that Miro doesn't play ball very well. Because the crowd just didn't. The crowd was not. They didn't give a fuck, man. They didn't care about.
On paper, this match was fire. Like when I heard that they were wrestling, I was like, that's gonna be dope.
Exactly.
I don't like my wife is working with the enemy storyline. That shit is ass. I hate it. I've always hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kept making me think about the fact that WrestleMania 17 had this like Stone Cold and The Rock, and the music video leading into it was like this epic, incredible, amazing shit. And you would think like, man, that must have been an awesome storyline leading into that match. And it's like, wait a minute, they had all that shit with Deborah, and she's my wife, and you shouldn't be able to.
But it's like Miro's a babyface after that, even though CJ.
I don't know.
I
don't know if he's a babyface because Andrade was the babyface. Coming
even
into
though
this.
CJ was the heel.
But she turned heel here. Like she wasn't heel before. He was Miro was the heel. He was like a bit. I guess the story is that he's trying to oppress his wife and tell her that she can't be this way.
Now wants to impress his wife.
Both. It's weird because it feels like he was like, I got this idea, and they were like, okay, I mean, if it'll get you to play ball again, and then it sucked, and he realized it sucked, and Andrade's leaving, and now they got this excuse to just cut it off. All she had to do was just come out and stand with him, and he has good big man matches, and that would have been it. Like all this extra, Miro, I think you should let me be a manager because I am strong. It's like I don't want
nothing to do with this shit. If you let me do this, I'll break up with Bobby Lashley.
I forgot about that shit.
Andrade mid-match decides like they
I'm sure Miro
he
did.
actually whoops. Oh, hello, Queen. that Andrade mid-match realizes, like, let me do some heel shit because they're actually booing me. And, like, it comes across on television, and he goes and he hugs Miro's wife and looks at him and shit. And so I think that might be that might be what made it seem weird when Lana turns heel on him, because he was already healing up in the match. So now it looked like she just decided, like, hey, wait a minute, that's my husband, and she's like defending his honor. But
it's rough watching that.
Miro wins by submission, and I don't know what they're gonna do with him from here. But if he doesn't start,
I don't get it, man. Miro's a fucking moneymaker, bro. Like he's a star.
He doesn't want to lose.
It's no reason
That's
he shouldn't have been
it
in that. He should have been in that AEW title picture a long time.
Dude, him versus Joe.
No, you have to lose to be in there. Like you have to get pinned sometimes. That's just the nature of the game. Like,
gotta be more to it than that, though, because he used to take L's in WWE and still look good.
I think
but that's what traumatized this man. He was in WWE as a monster, and then he lost to John Cena, and then it was loss and loss and loss and loss and loss.
Well, I think they mostly blamed CJ because she posted a picture of them engaged, even though they were breaking up and on TV. It's like, you ruined the angle, man. Come on.
We employed him for 6 more years just to embarrass him. Like, no, man, get the fuck. The man is trauma. He's got some trauma, but I thought he screwed himself when they offered to give him the Hangman Adam Page program last fall, and he was like, I'm better. I don't want that program because I don't want to lose.
That would have been incredible.
What can you do? Like, if you don't want to lose to Hangman, who's like one of the top guys in the company, who will you lose to?
No,
that's why he couldn't be in the Continental Classic.
Just go like, hey, if you do this, take the loss, and if things go well, we'll use you after. That's it. Like, we'll see how it goes.
When guys like Brian. No, I was gonna say when guys like Brian and Moxley and the world champion and everybody is willing to lose and sometimes just clean as fuck
for business
to do the business. Who are like, unfortunately, you're just not high enough on a totem pole to be trying to be like, well, I don't want to lose right now. Like, well, all right, stay home.
Ever since like when I started hearing about the backstage politics of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels back in those days, I didn't want to drop the title to this person, that person. I'm like, bro, you're an employee. If your boss tells you to do it, you fucking do it. Like, who goes to work and tells the boss, I'm not mopping this fucking floor today. Fuck you and that floor.
That's why people hate me when I tell them Bret fucked up. He should have just dropped. He should have just dropped the title. He should have just dropped the title.
I never understood that. Like, bro, it's not.
I think he's still pissed off about that. He's probably pissed off still about Kip Sabian's best friend angle.
Oh yeah, I would be too. Yeah,
maybe, but I agreed with the philosophy that he was just a jobber in WWE. You think I'm gonna bring this cuck jobber onto my program and he's a monster? Like, so what does that say about my guys?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
the fucking Continental Classic started out of nowhere, loud as fuck. I mean the media scrum. Damn it! Holy shit, that's loud.
Is the first one Jericho?
No, I didn't even know it was on. I thought they've been doing this. Holy shit, that's loud. You guys talk about this match while I lower this.
Oh, the media scrum. They got to talk about Jericho.
That has to be the first question. Otherwise, I will lose respect for those reporters.
Real quick, in the comments, George, you say you need a boss to enforce what? What do you mean?
The Bret Hart thing. Or like, if he's not calling Tony Khan a boss.
Oh, touche.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be fair. But
I see what you did there, George.
Yeah. I was gonna say, hold on.
If a wrestler doesn't want to lose, it's like, bro, I hired you to do that job. Like, it is your job to do what's in the script. Like, it's literally different from an episode of Friends. Like, if Matt LeBlanc went on stage and said, I don't want to say this line. I mean, it's your job. It's just a script. It's part of the job. That's my issue with it.
Right. Your job is to make people look good. That's it.
Oh, your job is to just do your job. You get
and
paid
make money.
Decent amount. You're on television. You're a star.
It's about money, not the Meltzer ratings. You're here to money.
So speaking of stars, we had our queen, the lovely, timeless Toni Storm. Can I say something that's gonna bother people? First of all, I love Riho. She's so good. She's such a good wrestler, and people are like, she's so small. I fucking hate all of you.
I love how you glared at me.
The Toni Storm thing is, I know Toni Storm to be an excellent wrestler. Excellent. Like, that is not an exaggeration. When I see Toni Storm versus Riho, I expect an excellent wrestling match. But I don't feel like Toni Storm has found the balance yet.
Of this character and how to work as this character.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I think it's something that she will find because she's very talented. She's very good at this. I think she will figure it out. But I think tonight was another example of a match that would have been something else if prior to this. Not that timeless Toni Storm isn't the most successful and the most interesting she's been like as a character, because it is, but the wrestling is suffering now. And in this company, when you're on pay-per-view and you're gonna do a wrestling match, all the character stuff is fun, but it's time to get it on. And this match,
but this didn't click for me.
Yeah, it wasn't
like Riho can work. She definitely can work. Because we've seen her with Jamie Hayter. We've seen her with Nyla.
With so many, like, we could go over her match with Serena Deeb, Double or Nothing. What is it, 2021? It's one of the best women's matches AEW's done. So I get disappointed when I see Toni Storm and Riho and they don't deliver that kind of match. But that being said, I mean, look at her. She's fucking great. Oh, that's my guy. Swerve. We're gonna talk about him next.
Yeah.
But she's great. She
Toni needs to have that movie credits roll as she wins with the music playing in the background. Like, play the movie.
Perfect. That's perfect.
And when she loses, get dramatic music.
The Roman numerals on the bottom and everything. You got to go the whole. You got to go the whole way.
Luther.
Get the speech right after.
Executive producer Luther.
And like Henry God, camera God, get the name of the rep, the camera crew, the timekeeper, the commentator.
That was so, the character for sure.
So after that, we had the Swerve Strickland, what was supposed to be Swerve versus Keith Lee. Keith Lee, unfortunately, so he tweeted that he's been injured since Grand Slam. What do you say? 2022. 2022.
But he also has been working. Like,
waiting for it.
He disappeared off television for a while after that, so that finally answers that mystery. And
then he became Phantom of the Opera on Rampage.
Yeah. Then he came back and they were doing the tag matches with Dustin, so he was minimal ring work. But I don't think he ever went into surgery. I think he elected to let it heal because it didn't work out. And now the New York State Athletic Commission is very strict.
Oh yeah, if you like a sore neck, no.
If you have ever been involved in any kind of wrestling event or MMA in New York City, you will know that they are horrible to work with. They want you to pay for an ambulance, to pay for, and it sounds like these cool things, but then the wrestling company's like, I want to do a spot with blood. No, absolutely not. I'll kill you. And then it was crazy because WWE used to get away with all the things they told people not to do. And it's like, wait a minute. So it appears, it kind of looks to me, and I got no way to prove this, that a New York State Athletic Commission doctor looked at Keith Lee and he was like, this man is being held together by tape.
That was Kurt Angle. He was on perk.
Oh, man.
And chewing.
Keith looked good the other day, like less speaker the week before when he wrestled.
Yeah, dude, the match with Shane Taylor.
Time looking really good. Yeah.
And I think he even mentioned in the tweet, like, he's hurting worse after that match.
This ain't the same injury that kept them off WWE TV back in the day, is it?
That was actually that was an illness. It was COVID that sparked like a heart illness.
He got after effects after COVID.
What's the current injury?
The current injury is like a bodily, he got hurt type of thing, but he hasn't been specific. And AEW doesn't they don't disclose injuries unless the wrestler tells you themselves, and Keith Lee hasn't said anything, so they haven't either. What sucks is that then you don't know when somebody's injured, so you spend like 6 weeks going, why aren't they booking him? And then when they come back and they're like, I lost my arm in a motorcycle accident. You're like, oh fuck, I feel like shit.
I wish they get better, but you're here, so
I feel like shit.
Yeah,
but
they don't do any updates.
I'm deleting my tweets now. I'm like, I was talking so much shit. So Swerve versus Dustin Rhodes, and I admit when I saw that graphic for that, I was so underwhelmed. Yeah, I was like, no.
Word. They could have just gave Swerve the night off. No disrespect to Dustin.
None at all. Because he is. He really is.
That match did absolutely nothing for Swerve whatsoever.
As soon as it turned into an angle, it's like, oh no.
I mean, it's so obvious we knew who was gonna win. Like, it's the hottest thing in AEW right now, arguably. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why would he lose to Dustin Rhodes right now? You know what I'm saying? That made no sense.
I thought they had something going though. Like when he was beating Dustin's ass and it looked like the match was not gonna happen. I was like, perfect. This is great. This shows why Swerve is violent.
Do that and cut a promo. Like cut a promo at the crowd.
Yeah.
Talk trash. Talk about going to be the next champion. And there's like, Dustin, don't turn around. Why are you turning around? Why are you getting back in there?
Back. I was like, no. I can't believe this is happening. And then it went exactly the way I thought it would. Dustin fought back for like fucking 10 minutes. I was like, damn it. Okay, well then 10 minutes. I don't care about any of this.
They had another injury angle a couple hours later, you know.
Dustin does
it doesn't make sense.
He does eventually lose. They do that a lot. They don't give a fuck about redundancy. Dustin loses, of course, and then we move on to the TBS title match. Now, I actually I'm a fan of Julia Hart.
The 8-man tag
entrance is dope.
What 8-man tag match?
Exactly, you're right.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah.
I actually don't have any screenshots saved.
You can do the NBA one.
They announced Dante. They announced him versus Orange
They
Cassidy.
did announce Dante Martin versus Orange Cassidy on Wednesday. And this time he actually did challenge Orange Cassidy, which I was like, damn, you ruined the whole thing. Like his whole thing is he takes the challenge when it's not for him.
I think that match. I'm actually looking forward to that match.
It's going to be good. Dante's great, and Orange Cassidy is great. I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm trying to save because so how do we talk? So they did. How do we even talk about this? So they went into this pay-per-view with controversy hanging over the show because of some stuff going on with Chris Jericho. And the smart thing to do probably would have been to just remove him from this show. Like, however you feel about anything, nothing. Just for the sake of this show, just take him off the show. Like he could have just got beat up
and just talk to Toni, see what we're gonna do. What can we, especially after the media scrum, because people are gonna want to know about it.
He could have just got beat up by the bad guys backstage
Hobbs.
Or anything. The New York City police got him.
Don't even say anything. It won't be the first time AEW did that.
He's getting his ass beat outside. He was robbed.
He was too overweight for the athletic commission.
He took the subway to Long Island and they got him.
He got jumped and went to
MSG. Over there, didn't
he? They went into the match anyway, and oh boy, as soon as he comes out, the crowd is shitting all over this man.
God.
World's NDA, Chris Jericho away. They're booing every time he comes in the ring.
Ricky Starks flipped him off.
But I mean, there was like people that swear that Darby Allin screamed at him that he's a piece of shit from the entrance ramp. But I was like, I think you guys did. I don't know. It looked like he screamed out something.
I heard
they got the audio. He said, "You piece of shit." That's
he did. I didn't hear that. I missed that.
I shared it in the group chat.
I saw that people were sharing crowd footage of him.
No, like it was like him up front, like up front.
I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, you piece of shit. Like he definitely did.
Big Bill going to
Darby had some shit too with Gigi back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Their best bet would have been taking them off TV tonight, for sure.
Come on, you can't tell me that Sting and Darby.
It should have been a tag team title match. Sting and Darby against Starks and Bill.
Makes more sense.
That would have been great.
It would have made. See, this is weird, nuanced take right here. It made a lot of sense to me as well. And then the actual match started, and I saw that Sting might not have been in any condition to be in that kind of match.
I wrote
time
too. He looked hurt. Something was wrong.
He's fucking old. He's fucking jumping off of shit and everything.
Yeah, he's jumping on balconies, on tables.
He's hurt.
He looked like he was hurt, stretching out in the beginning or something.
Yeah.
The bomb is his kryptonite, apparently.
The buckle bomb will take him out. That should actually, like, if he has a final match at Revolution, I think he said he was. The last move should be the buckle bomb, like, and then he actually does retire after taking the buckle bomb. The way he
stretch it out.
And stay down.
It's like if he got gifted with extra time and now he's bringing it back to the point where it was like, okay, back to the buckle bomb. This is retirement. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I watched Looper recently. I guess.
Oh god!
Did you notice Sting's hair? It looked like he had that hairspray shit in it that make him look like he had fuller hair.
Oh yeah, he does. Oh god, he does. I think he's had that for a long time, and I have not wanted to say nothing about it. Like, I have not tweeted about it. I've not said. But a long time ago, I noticed they have been spraying in that man's hair. I mean, Hulk Hogan wears a bandana at all times. Okay, Sting can spray his hair. I'm okay with it. So yeah, it was really rough for everybody involved, and they let Jericho have it out there.
That world's NDA.
Big Bill dropping people and botching like crazy.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, I feel like Big Bill's was intentional to Chris. Because you saw him punching him too when he got him down.
Yeah.
No form, like actual fist on him.
Yeah, at this point in the show,
fuck it up.
At this point in the show, I was like, I was starting to be like, oh no, like this is
this is your last pay-per-view of the year.
Is it too late to call for a refund? Hey Tony.
This is mid.
And you know what's you know what's crazy is that
technical difficulties.
The way they have been booking the show the last few weeks, this was just blowing off all that stuff. But it's like, if he had continued in this trajectory, like, what would the other pay-per-views have been like? Next year would have been horrid. So I really hope he sticks to what he said he was going to do, which is moving away from that entertainment, from what he called over the, what is it? You know, WWE, the WWE verbiage.
Sports entertainment.
Over the life characters. I forgot what the fuck they call them. Larger than life. Larger than life.
Yeah.
Larger than life characters. That's what he called it. I was just like, no, we don't. People become that. They just become that. Like, if you give, I know there's the overproduced version, but like there's also the really cool organic version, and that's kind of what I'm here to see. Like, organic, you know.
Something happens when he cancels it right away.
And then I turn myself into a hypocrite and I go, "Yay! Timeless Tony Storm is here!"
Well, anytime someone organically gets over, Tony cuts it real quick. Like Wardlow got over, Eddie was over before they stopped it. You know, like let it go.
Wardlow's got the worst luck. Like,
as soon as the match with MJF, it was over. Like, he fought the toy kid. It was Mark Sterling after. You give him Mark Sterling as his next feud after MJF.
Even the night of the MJF match, he had to deal with the MJF catching an attitude and threatening to leave and fly back home, and that was the whole story all weekend. And then when he comes in, they just do a 3-minute match, and it's like, fuck this whole storyline that we'll never come back to.
Yeah, they Paul and Austin Aries walking out.
I'm still. That was so weird. I was still looking back on it. But
is Wardlow not a homegrown AEW talent?
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he was in the Indies. But
why
this is
not
where
well known.
Why has he not been more involved in the title picture too?
Some of it is circumstance. Some of it is bad. Like when he first got the title, it was bad booking, and then they were like, "All right, we're gonna reset this." And then he got his car broken into, and then he got his passport taken before the Canadian tour. So they had to take the TNT belt off of him, and they gave it to Christian.
No, Christian AEW championship. I want him in the big storyline.
That Wardlow and MJF seem like the obvious AEW World Championship story, right? Like maybe it should have been Wardlow instead of Samoa Joe. I don't know.
If they actually gave him all that momentum, he still had that momentum. Yes, but he didn't.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, he just had no momentum going. But I really feel like the taking the title off him and being like, "We're gonna get right back to you," and then Christian just gets all the way over, and they're like, "We don't know what to do with you right now."
You cut your hair, you look ugly with the no ponytail. We gave you Joe.
You can win it back if you want. You want to win? You want to win your ponytail back?
You can blew it. I know a guy.
Ladder match for a ponytail hanging on it.
So after the Toni Storm match, I was like, this feels like a B-level 2019 WWE.
It's like a 2-hour collision.
This is rough. I feel like I'm watching this on Peacock before Triple H took over.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
When Vince was half retired.
Like one of the Saudi Arabia shows.
Yeah. Like I was watching Crown Jewels and I was like, shit.
Goldberg, Undertaker.
So we got three matches left, and I was like, okay, so these are the 3 biggest matches on the shows. Like, if anything goes wrong with any one of these shows, with any one of these matches, like this show is cooked. All right. So Edge and Christian are next. Adam Copeland. I'm gonna just fucking call him Edge.
Wait, you forgot Julie and Abadon.
She won. Move on.
I don't.
Julie won. Yeah.
Oh, it was this match. It was this match that pushed me over the edge. This is the one that made me feel like I was watching Crown Jewel or 2019 or some shit. Fucking Abadon is out there, and they're like, this match is house rules. And house rules sounds like the coolest shit. Like, the opponent gets to pick the stipulation every time. Like, okay, that's cool as hell. No disqualification matches here and fucking tables matches there.
Or they can't use this finisher.
Yeah.
The rope break is 1.
They're always like, you can't blink twice within 10 seconds. Like, what the stupidest fucking rules. It's house rules, and you can't hop on one foot. But just like, it's the stupidest shit.
Trying to do the King of Pro Wrestling kind of stipulation shit. Like, stop. Like, come on.
No, but even the King of Pro Wrestling ones suck. They all suck.
This shit was like
whiskey on a pole match. Like, fuck you. This stinks.
That's what they're trying to do. Like, stop.
This really stinks. And I like Julia. I really like Julia. And it's crazy because she's not the kind of wrestler I usually enjoy, but I've seen her develop from a literal know-nothing to this. And I'm like, man, I want to keep seeing that development, but being in matches with Abadon and doing this bullshit, but biting is legal. Like, shut the fuck up. This stinks. That match
is legal.
That match was a hot ass. And I don't mean that in a good way. Like, and it should be. I should mean that in a good way. Like, I should be canceled. They should be like, why is he talking about ass? No, that match was ass. It sucked. It stunk. It's spoopy. I didn't like that shit.
A good pay.
You know what's funny when they said no biting? When they were like, no biting, I'm like, oh, they can't copy moves. You know?
She puts Abadon in the rope in the choke, and she's like, there's no ring break. And I was like, no rope break? When the fuck did you just decide that right now? Like, in the ropes? Nobody told us this.
Oh, my goodness.
Stinky.
Contacts. Come on.
Edge and Christian. Finally. Edge comes out rocking the WrestleMania 22 outfit. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down.
WrestleMania 22.
Yeah, Edge is yoked. Right?
Bro, these dudes really went out there and were like, let's show these fucking kids what to do. Like, if you want to,
They put on a fucking show. That's for sure.
The homages to Edge's career and Edge and Christian's history together too. I thought that was really cool. They did the Eddie Guerrero Edge sunset flip off the ladder, but Edge takes the power bomb this time, right? Then they did the Unforgiven 2001 finish where Christian hits Edge under the fucking dig with the chair and then rolls him up. He tried to do that again. That's their very first match, their very first televised match. They did the Mick Foley Edge WrestleMania 22. They set the table on fire. They did the New Year's Revolution 2006. They had him cashed in on. I was like, this is brilliant. Like, this is wrestling. Yeah. Thank you. Holy shit.
The guy's a genius, man.
That was so dope right there.
They beat the shit out of each other. I loved it for that. Like they trust each other. Let's just we got to light these people up. That's
one of those things that when you trust somebody, you can go in there and you can beat the shit out of each other because you know they don't mean it. Like, you know, if he cuts my fucking head open, you know it was an accident. Yeah. If Joe Blow does it, you're worried that he's trying to take your spot. You know, like because at one point Edge had like a hole on the side of his face. I was like, yo, that's nasty.
Now I will say they both actually did look better than.
Did you see the table spot when they lit on fire and went out? Like that's AEW right there.
Nick Wayne, baby. He actually didn't, which sucks because like if he had missed the table, then his ass wouldn't have caught fire, and he could at least say, you know, well, I didn't catch fire today, but he unfortunately did go ass first and then bounced off of it. Like fuck, the worst possible bump you could take. Look at the direction of his body. You're not supposed to fold like this.
In the comments, yes, Jeff, it is genius. He's paying homage to his old storylines. He's new in AEW. A lot of people might not have seen that stuff. So yes, sir, it is genius. I said it.
Yeah, I loved it. And I know some people hated it, but like I fucking thought that was
this is dope.
I thought that was genius because I actually felt uncomfortable with Edge winning the title. I was like, oh, like. He doesn't need that. Like, what's he gonna do with that?
Too predictable.
No. Christian's been doing it really fun, and they're like, "Yeah, we agree." I said, "Oh shit, he's gonna give it to Christian." I knew it. I said, "This is fucking New Year's Revolution. I'm just gonna get cashed in on." They hits him with the spear. Fuck you. That was awesome.
Like I said, they both look better than they had.
Right?
They both look better than they have in a long time, but I don't think they should have pulled the trigger on this rivalry yet. There's so many other people in AEW that Edge could face. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason he came over there, because there's new talent to wrestle. We knew Edge versus Christian was coming eventually. Maybe he's doing it while Christian's hot. You know, maybe when he's doing this, you know, fuck your dad or your dad's dead. You know, people like that apparently.
I think he's gonna bookend it. I think he's gonna do the feud with Christian when he first gets here, and that do a bunch of other shit in the middle, and then they'll do the Edge and Christian tag run to end both their careers. That's how I've seen. That's kind of the way I thought that this would go. I'm still holding on to that, and it still kind of feels like that.
See, my only thing right now too is
plus
that
shit.
With everything that went down with the title and all that tonight, I don't want them to stretch this rivalry out too long.
Yeah, I thought this was gonna be it.
I was hoping
like this would have to, but can they drag it for another 3 months for Revolution?
Please,
because what do you do next? Like they're old. They can't raise the stakes.
That's Christian beating twice.
They have that many matches.
Like they can't go from this no disqualification match to like tables, ladders, and chairs. You know what I'm saying? Like they're old.
They did that in the match basically,
and they did all the spots already. What do you have left? So
I don't think they're gonna carry it out to Revolution. To be completely honest with you, I don't know why. I just have this strong feeling that Edge is gonna be Sting's last match.
Oh, that would be interesting. I think they have established the connection already. They definitely talked about how he's my childhood hero and he was yours. How could you do this to him?
That's true.
Right.
I thought it's gonna be Goldberg.
I'm kind of worried now because I wanted Sting's match. I thought that with the arc that he'd been on in AEW, I wanted his last match to be Darby. But after seeing him in this tag match, now I'm kind of worried for him to be in a singles anything. Now I'm just like, maybe we put him back in. Maybe Sting and Darby beat Edge and Christian. I don't fucking know. Maybe they should be a tag team in the end because I don't want to see him go out there after this incredible old man run. Like this was a perfect old man run. He hasn't lost, and it doesn't feel like Sting was out there burying people for the last 3 years.
No, because
he hasn't been pinned once.
Yeah,
he was his perfect special attraction old man run, and I don't want to see it end with Sting having the worst singles performance of his career. then we gotta live with that. And I still resent the Undertaker a little bit for pushing it too fucking far. Like he killed some of my fandom for like 5 straight years. Like I don't need Sting to fuck this one up.
I was like, you had a good match. You're good. We don't need any more. There's a bad match. Stop right there. He keeps going. I don't. So I'm worried about that. The Boneyard match was the last.
Darby, if they give him Darby, he can bump all over the place.
That's why I see.
Darby can bump for him. Yeah.
Darby will just kill himself like for over and over and over again, and it'll be excellent.
So the comments for the media scrum are turned off.
Oh, incredible! I wonder if
turned off. And Toni was wearing Toni Storm's hat.
I missed that. No. So we had the finale of the Continental Classic. When I saw this graphic, I didn't like the belt, and then when I saw the real belt, I was like, okay. I like the real belt.
I still don't like it.
I wish they wouldn't have shown me this. I wish they wouldn't have done this. Like, why would you do a graphic before the belt reveal? Like,
why did you reveal it as you were announcing it?
Why would you expose me to this digital render and ruin my fucking perception? But I know Eddie Kingston is a polarizing wrestler. Because you either love him or you don't. There's no in between. There's no I kind of like Eddie. You either passionately love this man,
whole lot of don't,
or you don't. I want to hear. I will let the don't go first because I'm going to overwhelm you with love. So
I'm just.
I definitely want to talk about this one though. Yeah,
I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. Like. There's no, I don't see any real technique or real sauce to his matches. It's just him beating the shit out of people, and that's not entertaining to me. Same thing with Moxley, and honestly, like it's just they're just beating the shit out of each other, and it's entertaining sometimes, but especially following that Edge and Christian match, it's like the Edge and Christian match was good, and this is just 2 guys just beating the shit out of each other and laughing about it. I don't want to see that.
That's exactly why, though. That's exactly why I say you either love him or you hate him, because most people love Eddie Kingston for the same reason that other people hate him. It's one thing. Like you either love that he wrestles that way or you hate that he wrestles that way. I love that shit because it fucking looks. It looks like I can see it outside my fucking window. I love that
subway station or something.
I grew up in New York. I lived there my whole life. I'm from the Bronx. He's from Yonkers. Yonkers is fucking. There's a border, and then he is. Straight up New Yorker, like he's as real as it gets.
That by his promos.
No, I know he's from New York, but they said he moved away. Yeah, he moved away. So he's from Spring Valley, and he's saying
you should move away. You should move away. As someone who lives in New York, you should not spend your whole life in New York. It will swallow you alive. Like I said, being from New York, there is such a fucking realness about him. He reminds me of me. Reminds me of my uncle.
Like Billy said in the comments, an average guy off the subway. He's just a regular guy.
Yeah. He reminds me of everyone from Jersey. And
if
New York.
Dude, like, you know how much I love that in wrestling? You know how much I miss that in wrestling? There's dudes, they just walk up out the street, and I want to try this shit, and I'm fucking good at it. And it looks like it. People make the Dusty comparison, and people get offended immediately because he's not as talented as Dusty.
Like
he didn't like. They're both fat. They look the same. It's not about talent. It's not about the way they look. It's not about they're both chubby. It's about the fact that Dusty Rhodes looked like a plumber, and people believed him because they thought the motherfucker looked like he walked up off the street. He can just wrestle with Ric Flair. He was somebody that people believed in because of that. That's what Eddie Kingston reminds me of. That's what I love about Eddie Kingston. That's why I
real
am
old
down.
School vibes from him, and I understand it completely because it's like old school vibes equals punches, chops, back body drops, scoop slams,
and suplexes.
And you can't leave out
so many suplexes
that people these days don't really do anymore.
Right? And I mean, granted, again, it is a breath of fresh air to see it sometimes. Sometimes it's cool, but every single match is like I hate that I know what to expect every single match that Eddie Kingston is in. That's my issue.
I think that you can get that out of. I think that most wrestlers, I feel like they are who they are. You know, like when I used to watch Jeff Hardy before, you know, I knew that he was gonna rip his shirt off. I knew he was gonna hit the swanton. I knew he was gonna do the will-o'-the-wisp. Whatever the fuck that shit was called. Whisper in the wind. There you go. And that's that kind of thing where it's like, I came to Burger King for a burger. You know, like if they surprise me with mashed potatoes, I might not even like it. I ordered a burger. Like, what is this? You know, like, Eddie, but with Eddie Kingston in particular, with the style that he emulates in particular, the reason why I love it so much is because that's like my home. Like that's what I love. That fucking late 1980s, 1990s All Japan Pro Wrestling is like, for my money, that is the greatest era that ever existed for this sport. So when he's emulating that, and when they book a fucking whole ass American round robin tournament to crown the very first American Triple Crown champion of AEW, Ring of Honor, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is the nerdiest Mark fucking notepad shit you have ever seen, and it is on television on pay-per-view in front of my eyes. Like, this is incredible to me. Like, I can't express how much I appreciate it.
I'm glad it was a box.
That belt is butt cheek.
Like I said, I can fucking this image right here, like I can't wait to see the promo photo. I can't wait for him to go to the back and take the official 3-belt promo photo.
He's gonna pose like Kawada or Misawa.
He's gonna do the Kawada because they were fucked. You know, they fucked me up. They didn't bring him a giant trophy.
That face is hilarious.
Yeah, some flowers.
Look at Bryce. No.
This looks like the finish of a DVD of bum fights.
He's the king of the bums. He said it. He's the king of the bums, and that needs to be a T-shirt immediately.
Hold on, before we continue. Tony Khan says AEW is the safest place in wrestling for worker safety.
Oh, shut up, Tony.
Well, that means that they asked him.
I don't know. I'm reading those quotes right now.
Okay, I guess. Since it got brought up, let me read it.
Wrestlers are held together like AT tape.
Let me read it to the audience. Tony Khan is asked about safety and harassment involving women's wrestlers and how there has been concerns from fans recently and what has been done to combat incidents in the locker room in the past and going forward. Tony Khan says it's something they're very serious about and they have a policy in place. Anytime there's anything like that, they will do everything they can to prevent it. He then says AEW has the best safety record he believes of any pro wrestling company in the world. Of course, because in only 5 years, you only get, there hasn't been time for anybody to get stabbed in the shower. You know what I mean? The most safe environment. He says if any wrestlers ever have a concern, they always have an open line to talk to him. And if anything came to light to him, he would take it directly to the disciplinary committee, who's been doing a great job.
Yeah,
and I imagine it's Brian just taping his fists up in a corner. Like,
with this issue, it consists of Don Callis. It consists of Ric Flair,
The disciplinary committee.
Yes. This is the committee of harassment is Ric Flair and Don Callis.
I just think he should take Jericho on the show for the sake of the show, for my own enjoyment.
They should have. That just took so much focus.
Imagine Jericho could be the last one to come out for the media scrum.
Oh my gosh!
When was the last time AEW had a pay-per-view without controversy?
I'm answering any questions.
The highest rated AEW event
Except
ever
this one,
in history.
I think he's talking about
the locker room. My comment when I mentioned the locker room.
Yeah.
So violence in the AEW locker room.
So that was the show. That was the show. It was a real mixed bag. Like the last the last hour and a half, 2 hours, those last 3 matches.
I gave it like a 5.5.
I gave it a 6.5.
Like I wanted to rate it higher, but Andrade, I like that match.
That match
I didn't care. The crowd sucked the life out of it. Jericho in the show was a big no.
Talking about Andrade, I thought it was really interesting, and I actually appreciated this, that they didn't tack the injury time on. They said,
"Get him the fuck out of here."
If you want to go, get the fuck out of here. You could go to Raw.
And he was at Mexico the day before too, so
he said you could go to Raw on Monday. I don't give a fuck.
And I hope and pray he actually does. He's gonna go to WWE and be a star.
I hope.
What he's gonna do? He needs
to be a babyface there.
If he goes to WWE and they put him in the fucking, if they goes to WWE and they put him in the storyline with Rey Mysterio and the Santos Escobar and all that shit, I'm calling racism. Because ain't no way you put all the Mexicans in the same storyline.
No,
get the fuck out of here.
They're
gonna do it. He's gonna be in charge of Santos.
Make him a babyface, not a heel. No heel.
Because there's the connection with Zelina Vega, and I know people are gonna be like, but Zelina Vega's there. No. I refuse to accept every freaking Mexican in the same story. You're playing me. You're playing with me.
It'd be a way for them to take Zelina out of LWO.
Exactly.
Anyway.
They should put them together and push him to the moon over there. Don't involve him with this shit.
Be Gunther.
I would not be mad at him being the one to dethrone Seth.
They could do that. They could do so many. He is a star. He had a lot of problems in AEW.
Yeah.
He had a lot of problems in WWE. I don't think that it's permanent. They're not like locker room problem. He's not punching people in the face backstage. You know what I'm saying? He's just.
That's Sammy, but that's reasonable.
That he had that coming.
Yeah, he wants what's best for himself. Yeah.
He wants what's best for himself, and he was not.
I hope he punched it one more time before he left.
I really think it was interesting that he didn't show any of his potential until the Continental Classic. And I was like, all right, now I'm leaving. I was like, you're not fucking slick. But that's what I mean. If you ask me,
a chance,
if you ask me, if you want to go to WWE and that shit is affecting your performance here, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Be happy.
What are you? They're not suffering. They're not struggling for stars. They're not struggling for wrestlers. They have a roster full. Like, if you don't want to be here, slot somebody right up in there. It is not a problem. It don't matter if you're Miro, Andrade. It doesn't matter if you're Malachi Black. Go be free. Be better. Go do your.
Actually,
you know what I'm saying?
Love the return of Rusev Day. I would love that too. To be honest with you.
Actually, if he went back and that's the first thing they went to, I would be like, I would lose hope. Because
I will accept Lana if Nia Jax puts a fruit table.
Because I think if Miro goes back to WWE, they need to he needs to be booked the way he was booked when he was Rusev. Like, you need to in the beginning.
A monster for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm still need my Rusev Day back. Bro. I still need it.
Lana doing the Rusev Day is not gonna hit the same. They gotta bring back Aiden English. I forget Matthew. I forget what his fucking.
He's in TNA, so.
But he's got a name. Like, he's got a TNA name. I think he just uses his real name. I think it's Matthew
something. R or something.
Yeah. It's a weird name too, with R shit. Yeah.
I didn't say that, Matthew. No.
Not that.
So I guess I will ask y'all, as we've gone over all the matches, do you have a jobber of the night?
Jericho.
Chris Jericho. That was a gimme. That was a gimme.
Yeah.
That was a gimme. He's a jobber of the night. He's a jobber of the week. Because
he should not have been out there.
Because not only should he not have been out there, he brought all this upon himself by fucking tweeting like a dummy, like just being a little petty dumb shit.
Christmas, like Chris, fucking Christ, it's Christmas.
Why were you not with your kids, bro? What are you doing? Like, I don't.
I'm glad Cornette called him out. Like, it's fucking Christmas.
Bro, once you start shaking cages, rattling cages and shit, you don't know what's gonna come out. So it's like you keep attacking people. Somebody's gonna be with some shit to shut you up. And that's what happened.
Yep.
Hey,
I would be surprised to see CM Punk.
Especially if you're doing
his
some
lawyers.
shit.
I was like, dude, you're gonna make people think Toni cut the wrong cancer out.
Somebody noticed something really funny that whenever Chris Jericho is involved in some bullshit, CM Punk posts a picture of a dead rat.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I think it's still up on his. It's in his Instagram stories. So, jobber of the night. I guess we can all agree there is no worse jobber tonight than Chris Jericho.
No, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, there it is. Dead rat.
Oh wow, that is funny.
Oh, master troll. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So megastar of the night. Maybe there's a little competition here. How are you guys? Who do you guys feel is the megastar of the night? Danny, you can go first.
I'm gonna give that to Cope. I'm gonna give it the Edge. He looked good out there tonight, man. He looked really good out there, and it was like easily. That was my favorite match of the night, to be honest with you. Yeah. I'm gonna give it.
That was match of the night. That was definitely match of the night, and in my eyes, for sure. Look at Christian. Come on, man. Look at this.
Murder that man.
Look at he looks like a fucking backpack.
That is malice. That's the epitome of a spider monkey.
You guys, I guess Frank, you can go next. I ripped my headphone wire out. I don't know what you guys are saying, so I agree or I disagree. I don't know.
I'm not even an Eddie fan, but it was a good night for him. Eddie looked good. I think for once Eddie really pulled out a good match. You know, he had a good chemistry, and you know that main event, that match was for him, the co-main event. So I think that was his night. You know, biggest night of his career so far. I really enjoyed that.
Oh God, yes.
You know, I've never been Team Eddie before, but that was awesome.
I agree.
Photoshop his face onto something, man. That's
sure.
That
right there, that's a mug. You can drink coffee out of that.
Yeah.
Straight from Burger King.
What about you, Matt?
Ricky Starks for flipping Jericho off.
Oh man, I wish I had that.
Not one. You can.
I thought I uploaded it. I thought I uploaded it, but it is not. It is not in my list of uploaded graphics.
But no. Like, nah. They're like, I don't want to work with it. Fuck you.
Again,
right there, baby.
Again, he shouldn't. Regardless of any of the other things, Ricky Starks should not have been involved with Chris Jericho again. Like, why are we back here? Ricky Starks they've checked out on him. I feel like
bad luck.
They've got because the CM Punk thing.
Well, Ricky knows he got Cody.
And then they were like, sorry, bud. We ain't got shit for you, but hold on to these.
And he's like, when's my contract over?
Yeah. And unfortunately, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know what they're gonna do with him in WWE either, because it's the cycle. The cycle of having two companies is that the scales are gonna tip. People are jumping over to WWE. Everybody's gonna jump over to WWE. There's not gonna be no fucking room for anybody. We're gonna start jumping back to the other place, and then it's gonna shift over again. There's not gonna be no fucking room for anybody over here.
Perfect in NXT.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Oh shit!
Dude,
fuck!
It's not.
That is horrifying. That is fucking horrifying.
How about Ricky in NXT? That would be perfect. He would kill it.
That's what I said.
That's what
all right, I couldn't hear you. Sorry, I blurred out. All right, yeah.
Ricky whooping that trick
in the NXT parking lot.
Dude, he would be perfect for it.
Yeesh. Yikes. I can't even imagine. I feel like that's beneath his skill. Like, there's no reason for him to be there.
Like a year would not hurt.
Like, but what does he need? Like, what is he going to learn from NXT? I genuinely want to know what you think Ricky Starks can learn from the PC.
I get this working safer because I know he has a bad neck, so you can probably find better ways to protect himself for one.
All right, now there's nothing he can learn. Like, there's nothing. Like, you working the camera, his cadence, his promos, his ring, working safe. He hasn't broken his neck again. He hasn't broken his neck since the first time.
If Ricky Starks for the WWE, where would he be at on the main roster? Who would you see him fighting?
Sheesh, that's exactly what I mean. That's what's happening now.
Ciampa, Gargano, like you've never seen him in a title picture. Probably not
Gargano,
even.
Everybody doesn't have to.
He makes Gargano's still in NXT.
Gargano's still like the way gimmick, which I fucking hate. I'm sorry.
Gargano and Ciampa are on Raw, and we're still waiting for that moment, like to feel like they've arrived.
You know, the funny thing about it is they've had some good matches, but the Creed brothers are doing so fucking good, it doesn't matter.
Just overlap them now. They're just sitting there in the back.
Fucking rookies overlap the vets.
Pretty much.
But Ciampa, when he was with Gunther, the crowd got into him for a little.
Because he can work. Like, you can stick. If you just decided to heat up Ciampa tomorrow, he would be fine. Like, he would get over. He would be a star. And they haven't given him that kind of effort in that direction. So,
Brandon
that's just
currently right now. If you put on paper in WWE right now, if you put Ciampa versus JD McDonough, the crowd's gonna be like, what the fuck? Who wants to see this? But they can fucking go. They could put on a classic.
Yeah.
They give him 13 minutes. By the fucking 8th minute, people are gonna be on their feet.
Right.
But I mean, that's not the kind of company that is, though. You kind of have to get slotted into a plate. You have to find a slot. You just have to fit into a slot, a story slot, a character slot. You have to be what they need at the moment. Unfortunately, you can't just. It's very rare that somebody just comes in as what the company happened to need. Like Kevin Owens was like, that doesn't always happen. He just came in and they were like, we can stick that right up in here. There's a hole that fits perfect.
Yep.
But they were doing
it doesn't always happen. John Cena took him to.
Yeah.
He failed. He was about to get fired. You know what I'm saying? He ran through like 1, 2, almost 3 gimmicks before they landed on the perfect version of his rapper gimmick. Like, it just is what it is, man. I don't know that. I'm sure that he is going to go to WWE because he's got people there, but I just don't know what's going to happen with him. If NXT is the place where he ends up, I feel like that's a shame. But yeah, at least it'd be happy.
Thank God this isn't in charge because he would have been a manager. He's kind of small.
Thank God Kevin Ding Dong, Kevin Dunn is gone. But that's us, man. That was the AEW World's End post-show recap. And you guys can tell the people where to find you. Danny, you go ahead and go first.
There you go first. Me. Find me on all social media stuffs at the Danny Ocean Show. Also, follow me our new podcast page at 3NT Wrestling. We just posted an interview with Adam Copeland a couple weeks ago. We did an interview with Mega Rand. That's up right now. I'll be down in Tampa January 25th through 28th, Royal Rumble weekend with Mega Rand and Swerve and a few more celebrity guests at an event down there. Come see us. It's called Battle Rumble. Tickets on sale right now. Go to my Instagram page at the Danny Ocean Show. Link is in bio.
I'll be down in Tampa too, but without any of those cool people.
Come out, bro. If you're down there, come out. Come on
I'm gonna come out. We're gonna go out there. I'll be out there, man. I'll be out there pretty much the same time frame. I'm gonna be down there for the Rumble.
Bro, I'm not even going to the Rumble. I'm just going down there for Battle Rumble for this event. We gotta look at the tickets, man, because I think you can get one of them same day $30 tickets. Like people do that damn StubHub trick. You just wait until they get desperate. They have nothing else you can do but sell your ticket, bro. You can do it for like concerts. You can do it for wrestling shows. Of course, if it's really big, like if it's Beyonce, like I don't think you're getting in. $30, you know what I'm saying?
Beyonce or Taylor Swift, you ain't getting in.
But most times, like I've seen people do it for Drake. you can wait until the day you get, and then you try to buy what used to be a $500 resale ticket, and they're selling it for like 100 or like 70.
Oh,
it's like, if you're gonna be down there, because you're gonna be down there anyway, right? So you might as well scroll through the app, see what's going on, and once them tickets start dropping, get them in there.
Yeah. I needed that. I'm in there.
I jumped up in front of y'all, man. Y'all go ahead and tell people where to find you. Frank, you go ahead and tell people where they can find you at. You'll get there.
All right. I got a jiu-jitsu gym, Enforcers BJJ. I'm on Instagram, Facebook for pro wrestling, Enforcers Pro Wrestling on TikTok. Check me out. Especially if you like jiu-jitsu. It's awesome. I show techniques, do interviews. Check me out.
That's awesome. I can't do shit, brother. I'm fat as fuck. Matt, why don't you go ahead?
It's so fun.
Follow me on Instagram, Vincent Evergarden _cosplay. That is my cosplay page. Follow me on Twitter at DamienPhoenix12, and also have a anime podcast called Talk to Keiki. We are going to be currently rebranding next week, so new name, new songs, all that. But follow that rest right now at Talk to Keiki. Next week, I am doing the Anime of the Year Awards with my friends. So that's going to be a shit ton of fun. It's a 2-day thing. Cannot wait. But yeah.
Did you guys already choose the Anime of the Year? Or like, are you still voting?
I know. I have them. We're writing our lists of who we're giving stuff to for the awards. Nice. So day 1 is the awards, and then day 2 is like the list, like top 25 of the year.
I'm gonna ask you who you went with. Shit. No, I was gonna say you can check the rest of the Dirt Sheet Radio post show rewinds out every single day. We were kind of off for the holiday week, just like the wrestlers were. Because I was like, why the fuck? Why would we do podcast shit? The actual wrestlers are home sleeping. Like, what the fuck would we be doing? So we're back next week. Monday. You'll be here for Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT, Wednesday Night Dynamite. We are doing a Wrestle Kingdom watch along, middle of the night. Posters and stuff going up tomorrow morning. But
if I am still up, yes.
You heard it here first, because the posters. Well, you heard it here second. If you listen to the flagship podcast, you don't heard me mulling over it for like the past few weeks. But you've heard it here first, and tomorrow morning there'll be like a graphic poster and shit. Other people will know, but now you all know. Wrestle Kingdom watch along, because why would you want to be up alone in the middle of the night when you can be with us? Like, what? We'll be here. But that's us, man. You can catch us everywhere, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye.